I just saw the concept art for it. Guess what? It looks like the Saved by the Bell Hawaiian style episodes. Now. So they've updated it to the 90s. Congratulations. Like, way to move forward, guys. Woo! It's still terrible.
Welcome to the first ever team meeting brought to you via Skype. We're not sponsored. This is not Club 33. We'll go around the horn here. We have Becky Wells, Bobby Burchins.
What's up?
Pat Neistat. And I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to our first video podcast. What do you guys want to call it?
I have no clue.
I didn't make
It's not a vlog. Just not a vlog.
It's definitely not a vlog. We've all either have upcoming trips coming up to Disney property. I just came back from Walt Disney World. COVID-19 makes that place a little bit different, guys. The mask rule is very much enforced. If you guys read the article on the blog that I posted the other day, if you even drop your mask a little bit off your nose, they're in your face. So just know that for your upcoming trips. It's chin to nose. They do not play around. It's dead serious on Disney property right now. So know that for your upcoming trips. But I'd say all in all, there's no waits. I know the capacity's coming up here shortly, but there's no waits. Everything was sanitized. They shut the rides down periodically just so they can sanitize. It's it's done well. So I really enjoyed my trip, and I would definitely recommend. I know who's going next. Is that you, Becky?
I mean, theoretically.
It's not canceled yet.
Becky,
Not
she's
yet. I mean,
been trying to go to Disney World since May, and it's been canceled. How many times now?
I've rescheduled it at least 4 times.
Oh Lord.
So that's awesome.
So what's your plan for end of October? Is that right?
Yeah, it's in the 20s. So I'm just rolling out on the husband and kids at this point. I don't have anybody to watch the kids, so poor Josh gets left behind.
Oh, it's a solo trip.
Melanie might meet up with me. That's the plan. So I'm planning to go.
Hey, and you're doing a split stay, right?
Yeah. Boardwalk for 3 nights, but in 2 different room categories. So I have to move after the first night, which is fine because I was able to get an extra night by adding on a lower category, and then last night at Bay Lake so that I can hit Magic Kingdom in the morning before my flight and just walk back to Magical Express. So
Nice.
It was worth it to do. I could probably hit 5 hours, and since I'm not going in the winter, I can take a later flight back. I don't trust that in the winter.
What view?
Because you get stranded somewhere.
What view is your Bay Lake Tower?
I just got standard because, again, 4 nights. If I was doing 3, it would have been theme park.
Gotcha.
But also no fireworks. It's not.
Yeah, you'll see the projections, I guess, but yeah.
It was nice. I cobbled so many different combinations and finally settled. But I do have 2 nights of boardwalk view, so if nothing else, I can sit out there and drink and watch whatever people wander by.
I had the pleasure of doing that in August, and it was quite nice to sit up on the balcony of my cousin's room there and just kind of chill out. Love the boardwalk. Got the Abracadabra. That was, of all things that were open, it was we don't have this restaurant open, but hey, this bar is.
I couldn't believe that one was too, because it's generally enclosed. It
It's a cool bar.
Yeah.
And they have a bunch of whiskey in there, so that's right up my alley. I know that's up your alley, Bobby.
Absolutely.
Johnny Blue?
Yes, Johnny Blue. Cheers to everybody. I'm the rich SOB over here, I guess. But so to piggyback off of what Steve was saying, and I want to ask you this question about your trip. What was the strangest part to you?
Just the lack of people. I mean, it just seemed like it was like a ghost town.
Okay,
You know.
so along those lines, everybody's driven that one little stretch right next to Disney Springs, where it's constantly bumper to bumper traffic. There's always construction going on. There's no room to get over in any lane, and if you do, then you're going to cause a 50-car pileup if you try, right? I beat you to the punch technically on this because we went back in July, and we went just to Disney Springs, so I didn't get to experience the rides. But going to the orange lot over at Disney Springs, no traffic. I could cut over 5 lanes of traffic to get over to the turn lane, and it was the trippiest thing in the world to me. That's what freaked me out the most.
Cut over 5 lanes.
So there's a new exit going down from I-4 that takes you off to Disney Springs, but it takes you up on this weird ramp back behind Bonnet Creek and over by Typhoon Lagoon. And then you get up and you turn right by where the cast member casting area is.
Yeah.
And drive down a little ramp, and then you can turn into the park. So I was trying to bypass all the tacky touristy shops and the mini golf course and the Holiday Inns of the world that are off of Disney Springs Drive.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
I saw during the day there was no traffic until you got like into the parking garage where people were just morons because they don't know how to park at Disney Springs. But at night you couldn't get in there. It was just a line backed out every single night I was there.
Oh, really? Okay. So during the day it was much different.
Yeah. So we
That's
stayed.
what I've seen people say is like the nights it's like not even worth trying to go, but daytime it's usually pretty empty.
Well, that kind of makes sense. Yeah. Well, I mean, what's the latest park? What's the last park to close?
7.
It changes, but it's
Epcot
the latest. It's like 8 o'clock right now.
Yeah, there's coming up.
So it makes total sense that people on vacation are like, "Well, I'm not done vacationing yet, so let's go hop over to Disney Springs and drink."
Yeah,
that's a good point.
Yeah.
And then people who are like resort only stay, but also include Disney Springs in that. So.
Yeah, I like Disney Springs. I know you hate it, Becky, but I like the place.
I hate shopping. I like that there's so many cool restaurants and bars, but like, I won't go shopping if somebody else is buying. Like, I don't care.
I don't go there to shop.
I understand, but like, that's the vibe. So I'm out.
So as pretentious as I am, I try to buy a new pair of Sperry's every time that I go. I will also go stock up on Under Armour golf equipment so that I look like I'm sponsored, like I'm Jordan Spieth, but I'm not.
Hey, more power to you. Pat, what's up with your trip? Is this going to take place?
I'm not sure yet. If it's going to be in November, probably we end up doing it. So,
well, I guess you can't show your kids this video on YouTube, on the YouTube channel.
I've already talked to them about it. I mean,
okay.
We kind of they literally have soccer tournament, baseball tournaments like going into November. So
I guess they're backed up from summertime when there was none of that stuff going on for a pandemic.
Now, like soccer is like fully in like fall. That's like tournaments, league. It just St. Louis County just started allowing. So St. Charles County's had tournaments the whole time, but now that St. Louis County's had it, now we're even in more tournaments.
Everybody.
So, yeah.
So, little background for all you folks that don't know: Bobby is in Atlanta, Pat and I are in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and Becky is in Canada.
Yes.
I couldn't believe nobody told me what time Canadian to be on here. That's what I was waiting on. I baited you and everything.
We're in the same time zone. I know that Canada shares a time zone. Becky's actually in one of the Dakotas. It doesn't matter which one because
it totally matters. It totally matters, and it's north.
It really doesn't. I'm letting you know.
Fun fact: at the DVC Preview Center at Saratoga Springs, they have this ice cream place. If you go on one of their tours, they give you ice cream at the end, and on all their tables, they have this like kitschy map as the tabletop with like fun things around the United States. And they have like at least 2 different things misplaced. And one of them is Mount Rushmore, and they have it in the wrong Dakota. So my kids, they were up in arms. They're like, this is wrong. Who do we tell that this is wrong?
Disney knows it doesn't matter.
All you have to do is Google it, though. I mean, that's pretty rough.
Fake, and it's on every table, and they're old.
That's pretty.
And it hasn't moved.
Well, I'll leave it with you, Becky. You brought up a point before we started the call about how the parties. Obviously, this has been the talk on Disney message boards and Disney Twitter and all that stuff. The parties are all canceled, the Halloween party and the Christmas party, but we're getting, I guess, extra theming.
Yeah, like the decorations are still all there. The snacks are kind of all around. One cool thing is, so I've been to the Halloween parties a couple of times the last few years, and I've been at Halloween time the last 3 years in a row before this one. And a lot of the like treats and popcorn buckets and like themed things you could only get at the parties. So like if you were at Magic Kingdom and you had to get booted by 6 p.m. because the party started at 7, you couldn't buy any of that stuff if you didn't have like a party wristband. So, but now it's everywhere and it's all day and it's like spread between the parks. So like if you're really into like those snacks and different food items, then that's kind of cool. The resorts have started offering specialty food items too, so that's kind of neat. Then from what I understand at Christmas time, which is when we're going with our kids, they'll be doing something similar. So right now they're having character cavalcades in each park where it's like a little mini parade that just starts up sporadically.
Which is my favorite thing in the world. Yeah.
Right. And you know what? I bet if you had an extra sign, Bobby, and we're pretending that you're at game day again, they would start automatically. I might actually have
I'm still bitter about it.
No.
Dan Mask of the Dancing Front Parade is back.
Turn the parade off!
He's shaking. This is the worst thing that could have been. Worst.
It happened 4 bleeping times, okay? Like
it's the
like,
Magic
do
Kingdom.
It once, okay?
It's
once.
the Magic
you
Kingdom.
But you have a special event going on, okay? That's all I'm saying. Why have the special event in the middle of bleeping Main Street, like in front of the train station, if you're not going to accommodate that special event? And the people who are spending literally $120 to go stand out there with the sign with Urban Meyer on it that equated him to Sporky.
So that's the trick. If you want the pop-up parade to come by, you just bring out a college game day sign.
Yeah, that's going to happen.
I noticed those. It's actually kind of cool because I was walking down Main Street, and then all of a sudden, it's only like 2 floats, but all of a sudden a character, a Tinkerbell or somebody's just coming down Main Street. I mean, it just breaks up your day. It's a little something to see, and you're not expecting it. It was nice.
It seems a little more like throwback and like more like at Disneyland a few years back, you could just wander around and you just see characters. Like, yes, now they kind of have like they had set spots and places, but they would just wander as well and just kind of interact as they go, but they won't stop for anything. So that's kind of a fun bring back. And Stevie, we were talking about the during the Halloween party, for example, the character cavalcade at Magic Kingdom is actually a miniature version of the Boo to You parade, which is a pretty fun parade to watch. The music is catchy, and there's some cool costumes. So like the characters are in their Halloween get up. So costume within a costume.
Is the Headless Horseman in the?
I don't know. I mean, I wish, but I doubt.
I'm sure they roll them out in bits and pieces. You just don't know when you're gonna see it. They just kind of probably pop up and also, I guess, I mean, with the parks right for now not being as crowded, I mean, obviously some restrictions are easing up there in Florida, but when they're not as crowded, you don't really have to buy the Halloween ticket or the Christmas ticket, party ticket. It's all included with your ticket, and you still get some of the atmosphere.
And they're even letting people dress up in costume on a regular ass day.
Whoa!
At Magic Kingdom.
Adults?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, that's terrifying.
A little.
The 12-year-old rule is still in effect.
Like the guidelines of the party.
Not what she just said.
Becky,
You said adults?
Yes.
Oh.
Becky.
Yeah, that's
You-
creepy.
It's like
We don't.
the
Like,
same as
so
at
you're
the-
gonna see like some, 25-year-old drunk lady in a sexy Tinkerbell costume, like. What?
That's fantastic. Oh
That's what I was
God,
gonna
I can't
wear,
wait for
but
that.
not 25.
More like 45, and clearly she'd had too much.
Yeah, it's
Wow,
gonna be
dude.
somebody drunk, yeah. No doubt, no doubt.
Oh yeah, I only have one costume. It's a Jungle Cruise skipper, and I don't want to wear that alone because I'm walking around the park all day long in a uniform.
It's a good costume. I've seen it, and it's on notclub33.com, so people can go check that out if they want to.
Yep.
Thanks.
Moving along as we're getting through, what do you guys think? I know Bobby will have something to say about this. Polynesian being revamped yet again. It just was, but
Right.
you're redoing it again.
Well, there's a reason why it's being revamped again. It's because it's a shitty resort. That's why. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and be the first one to break the cherry on saying shit on this broadcast. Let's go ahead and knock it out. Listen, the first ever piece that I wrote for Not Club 33 was when I was my own separate site, and of course, Pat and Steve bought me. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. It was the best financial decision I've ever made since I'm drinking Johnny Walker Blue now. But the topic du jour was the Polynesian Resort, and I hate that resort. It's the worst of all the deluxe resorts. It's the oldest of them. It's the most kitschy of them. And up until now, it reminded me of the Brady Bunch Goes to Hawaii. I just saw the concept art for it. Guess what? It looks like the Saved by the Bell Hawaiian style episodes. So they've updated it to the 90s. Congratulations. Like, way to move forward, guys. Woo! It's still terrible. Like, the only good thing about that resort is the bar. That's it. If they could have that kind of atmosphere at other bars, I wouldn't even consider going back to the Polynesian.
You do realize it's based off Polynesian culture, and that's what the stuff looks like there now.
So what you're saying is that if I went to Hawaii, it would look like shit?
No, I'm telling you, it would look awesome with palm trees and sandy beaches.
Oh no, palm trees are awesome. No, palm trees are
nice
awesome.
luau music. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
you know what?
If you
Listen,
went to,
I'm also biased.
If you went to a replica of Stonehenge, would you be like, "This place looks old and dated"?
It's a rock.
No, I would say it's a rock because it's boring. Okay, like Jesus.
Oh man.
But
I've been to the Polynesian Cultural Center in Hawaii, and they do a pretty solid job at the Polynesian Resort.
Does that include Stitch? Because get Stitch the bleep right out of here with that.
Well, you'll be happy to know that they're retheming it towards like a Moana style theme now. So that's what we're going to get.
Hunt that little bastard out of here. I'm sick and tired of him making my character breakfast awkward as hell.
I would say the studio DVC rooms are pretty incredible. They got 2 bathrooms and they're nice size. They're oversized. I think they're the biggest size.
Whoa! Yeah. It's just a shower room with a counter though.
Yeah, but you have a separate toilet, which makes
2 showers.
Yeah.
2 showers.
Right. That's great, but
I don't think any other
makes it faster in the morning.
Other resorts have that.
Yeah, the Grand Floridian.
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do.
Your favorite.
Love Grand Floridian. That's another topic for another conversation about my hatred of the Grand Floridian, but maybe I'll write an article about that where we won't get demonetized on YouTube.
Perhaps I will defend it with my pinky finger in the air.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Johnny Walker Blue. Yeah, you're definitely Grand Floridian
all
material.
your Under Armour gear.
Go order a Sazerac there.
It's
like $14 for a Sazerac there. And it's the worst Sazerac I've ever
That
had
is
in my
tissue.
life.
That is tissue paper, sir.
Oh man. So they're revamping the Poly. They're leaving the DVC stuff alone, but they are doing the resort rooms, which they just did like 7 years ago. That's going to get a Moana motif. I'm all for it. They're just trying to keep it lively. The new entrance that I'll throw up on the screen. It's it looks nice. It looks like Polynesia. I mean, I don't really hate it or love it. It just looks like it should. Yeah.
So I was reading today that they're doing like a handful of the rooms. I don't know if this is accurate, but like how they did a section of the Contemporary as Incredibles, and like there's the pirate rooms at Caribbean Beach, and like so like just some of them will have a little more Moana. Like
Okay.
than the rest.
They have a Stitch
And the rest
room?
is just supposed to be like textiles and colors that are themed that way.
So I'm assuming the Rhino rooms will be an upcharge.
Yeah.
No, not at Disney. Color me magenta, sir, which of course is the color of surprise. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that term, but yeah, I'll take. I understand the sarcasm behind what you said. Yeah, there will be an upcharge for the Moana rooms. There's no doubt. All right, moving on to the next topic, guys. Epcot. It's kind of under construction, kind of there, kind of not. Is it worth going to Epcot if you have your kids with you right now, considering everything that's going on at Disney?
Nope.
Yep.
I say no.
I don't have kids, so it's worth it to me so I can go
Nothing to
drink.
do. There's
All
like
right.
5 rides. Right?
Do your kids like the World Showcase, Pat?
Eh. They want to ride rides, you know. That's
Fair.
what it really comes down to. If there were
But
more,
the best ride there isn't good enough
they
for them. I
inserted
mean,
more rides into the World Showcase, they'd be far more interested into it. Yeah.
Eventually, Ratatouille will open. at
Yeah.
some
But it's
point.
not open.
Right. Yeah, my kids, they like a few of the rides there and whatever, but they could spend like 4 days in the World Showcase exploring. I don't
Even
don't
the
know.
little ones?
why. What's that?
Even the little ones?
Ask all 5 of them. Their favorite park is Epcot.
Oh,
Charles,
wow.
like,
It's crazy. Yeah,
That's how I was as a kid. But I love geography. That's my thing. So
that's
World Showcase.
yeah. My kids' curtains in their bedrooms. 2 of the 3 bedrooms are maps.
I think there's a map behind me. Can you? Yeah. There.
yes.
We like to travel, so
Mine's football
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
so you know. there's-
I like that too.
Yes.
We skipped it because we only had 3 days in the parks,
Yeah.
and you know, with a 6-year-old, we thought it wasn't fair to her for us to go do food and wine when you know, there's just not a whole lot for kids to do. She likes World Showcase fine, but you know, she'll go over there for a couple hours after she's gotten to ride other stuff. With everything just kind of shuttered, we felt like it wouldn't be fair.
And that makes total sense to me. I mean, you guys skipped over the fact that I'm going over Halloween early in the podcast, but I'll let it go. We're going down there specifically for food and wine. We got a room at Yacht Club specifically so we can stumble out of Epcot and make it back to the room without having to get onto any vehicle, which is even better. You know, so it's clearly my thing as an adult, but again, I don't have the little demon spawn that I have to hang on to quite yet. And let's be real, my child will be a demon spawn. I know that I'm hell on this earth. So yeah, I don't blame you at all for not bringing the 6-year-old. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But that leaves more room for me to be drunk inside the park. So that's great.
There will be plenty of time for that. It is Food and Wine Festival, so
Hell
you'll fit right in. You'll fit right
Exactly.
in. So you're staying. I totally skipped over. You mentioned that you're staying at Yacht Club,
Yacht Club for 1 night and Animal Kingdom Lodge for 2.
but you're not going. But you're not going to visit Animal Kingdom during your trip.
That is correct. Yes.
So you must have a Savannah view then, right?
Yes. And that's the only reason why.
So you,
I tried to make a suggestion that maybe staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge when we weren't going to Animal Kingdom didn't make a lot of sense. But it's a bucket list trip. My wife really wants to see all the giraffes and shit, and that's cool. I'm fine with that. I really don't want to have one poking at me while I'm drinking my Johnny Walker Blue and trying to relax at night.
Totally heard you, man.
But they do that. They do that too. I've seen videos of them. It's creepy. You know, so I guess we'll get the whole African savannah experience and everything like that, but it's just going to take us an hour and a half if we want to go to Magic Kingdom.
it's not that bad. We stayed there, and the ride isn't that bad. I don't
You're
know.
bringing a car though, Bobby, so you'll be all right. Just get in your car and go.
After all of that drinking, and you think I'm getting in a car?
At Magic Kingdom?
Minivan?
That's a
Oh, I
30 bucks
forgot.
well spent.
I forgot.
Yeah, the pinky.
All right.
rings.
So I don't really know how to sum up that topic, but I mean, I guess it just kind of depends on your kids. If your kids are into geography and stuff like that, then it's worth it. But I guess
They have to be in the World Showcase.
Yeah,
they have to be in the World Showcase
because that's the only thing that there is going on.
I totally agree with all. I mean, yeah.
So that would be the park that I would skip, and that's the park I did skip. But if I do a return trip, I would take her this time just because we missed it last time and she has to compromise. So.
Yes.
All right, guys, wrapping up. This is I'm just gonna throw it over to Bobby. He has a question to pose to all of us, and I'll let him kick it off.
All right, so the whole impetus of me even writing about Disney was picking up on all those Disney details that everybody knows that Disney is famous for. The hidden Mickeys, the attention to cultural details and everything like that. But there's a lot of stupid ass ones out there too. Okay, there's a lot of dumb ones. There's a lot of ridiculous ones that don't need to be there. I remember when I was maybe 10, noticing this for the first time. Stuck in line in Space Mountain. You're in that big, giant first room where you first get that blast of air conditioning, but you're stuck there because the Fast Pass people have to get in front of you. You look down at the bottom of it, and there's a bunch of silver balls down at the bottom. There, it looks like a McDonald's ball pit from the playpens back in the day or whatever. So I've always wondered, what the hell are those things supposed to be in? Like, are they fuel cells that are spent? If they are, then like, dude, you need to get a janitor. I'm just saying. Like, is there some sort of interdimensional portal between there and the Pirates of the Caribbean, and the pirates are using that as their ammo cache? If that's the case, cool. But like, make it very apparent and put a pirate down there or something. Like, what are these things doing down there? And if you ask an Imagineer, and I have, he had no idea what the hell they did.
So do you think that they were just leftover remnants? Because I've never even seen this.
I think that they were McDonald's ball pits that somebody spray painted silver and said this would look cool.
Have
and
you
that's
noticed?
it.
That seems legit.
I haven't noticed anything like this like anywhere else in the park where there's just like some random.
But it's like it's a superfluous extra detail that didn't need to be there, but somehow catches your eye. Like, it doesn't necessarily need to be like that specific, like mine, but like there's, if you have like a certain plant in World Showcase that's only specific to that particular country. You know, like, is there any details like that stick out to you guys? Like, what's going too far with the Disney detail?
I actually like the over-theming. I think that's like Disney's like niche, and that's what makes it not Six Flags. I like the fact that they look at the extra details.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, of course, but they still put the silver balls there with no intention of explanation.
Yeah, I have no idea, because I'm gonna have to look for that next time, because I don't even know.
I've got pictures. I will send them to you right now.
Yes,
I'm wondering if
wants
like,
silver ball pictures, Bobby.
I want to see them. I want to see them.
You want to see?
Don't worry.
All right. Well,
don't worry.
Well,
oh no.
We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that.
We'll put it up in the video.
Oh god.
There we go.
Oh wait, are you going to show us now? Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was going to say, if you can get it to look nice on the screen, we can use it. If not, just email it to me and I'll superimpose it right about here, and and we'll get it on the screen. I really have no idea what he's talking about. Like, I like the details. The hidden Mickeys obviously is the biggest thing that everybody talks about. You know, even like the stupid stuff that you can find that just, you know, how they paint a backdrop, the go away green stuff that you learn about, like how they don't want your eye to look at this. So like these little intricate things that us Disney nerds learn about the parks, like I find all that stuff, yeah, it's kitschy, but honestly, I like it. That's why I go there and you know, continue to go there, because they do pay those attention to details. Okay. That's so weird. That is so weird.
It's a legit ball pit.
I have no idea.
It makes me want to jump down there and just like play around.
They had
Like
a daycare down there at one point.
If you guys at home know what that is, leave it in the comments below.
Please,
and
God,
we'll try to sort it out. What'd you say, Bobby?
Please, God, I've been begging for this explanation for years.
Somebody knows. Somebody has to know.
Somebody knows.
Yeah. So we'll wrap up with that. Bobby's silver ball phobia, or I guess it's a pet peeve.
Unrealistic fascination. I mean,
Thank you guys for joining us on our first ever Skype call podcast video thing.
Not a
We'll
vlog.
find out a name for it. Why don't you guys put that in the comments below? What should we call this if we do another one? With that, for Bobby, Pat, and Becky, I'm Steve Rhodes. Have a magical day.